And what do you do, Shayla?
I'm a CLXT in Broadview, Wolseley, and Grenfell Hospitals, Grenfell Clinic, yeah.
CLXT?
Yeah, Combined X-ray and Laboratory Technologist.
So how long have you been doing this?
It was 2 years in March, so a couple years now.
Want to talk about that? Your workplace?
My workplace? So I work in 3 facilities. I work full-time between the 3 facilities, so I'm kind of back and forth everywhere. I work day shifts and then call throughout the night from the time I leave to the time I get back in the morning and on weekends. So I get 4 days off a month. If I'm lucky. I know in September and in July, I believe I work 3 weekends, so I get 2 days off those months. So we work closely with Mooseman Hospital, and their lab is having troubles being staffed with CLXTs and MLTs and MRTs. Just they can't get staffing out there, and so that's directly affected us in the sense that their workloads there's too much work for them to do, and they weren't able to cover all the calls sometimes, so us from the smaller centers were going to help them, and so it's adding more onto us as well. So I mean, if that starts happening everywhere, I can see just not having enough staffing. I know with us, when I first started, the one lady there had been working for a couple years by herself. So you're taking 24-hour call on weekends by yourself. The one girl, they couldn't hire a second tech because no one was applying, and she was on call for, I think it was 3 months straight, between weekdays, all the holidays, for 3 months straight by herself. So that's mentally and physically exhausting.
How does that affect you in your personal life?
It definitely affects the fact that it's hard to start a family. Not that I'm ready yet, but if I was to ever have kids, I can't be home alone with them because I'd have to have someone available to watch them if I ever need to leave to the hospital. And it's not like you get a couple hours notice. You get called and you have to be there within 15 to 25 minutes. So you're needed because it's an emergency situation. We work short staff a lot. No, we don't have anyone who comes in and covers when I'm the person. So actually 2 years ago when I started, it was the first multi-site position they created. And my job is to cover when someone calls in sick or when someone goes on holidays. So if I'm off, no one covers me. When someone's sick, I'm being pulled from the place that is being fully staffed with me to go to the place who's going to be shorter staffed for the day. So it affects all 3 facilities with holidays and stuff like that.
What do you think of the Sask Party's budget?
I think that it's going to affect us more. I know that there's talk about closing smaller, because I work in rural facilities, and there's talk about closing smaller facilities with wage cutbacks and stuff like that. I think it'll directly affect us, especially with the amount of overtime we're already working.